Hello everyone, welcome to Geeks for Geeks. So let's talk about today's problem. Our problem name is minimum number of deletion and insertions. Okay, so let's first read the question. Our question said, given two strings str1 and str2, our task is to remove or insert minimum number of characters from str1 so that it transform it into the str2, right? Okay, it could be possible that the same character need to be removed, deleted from one point of str1 and insert to some another point, right? It will be another point, right? That's it. So in this case, my first example is HEAP and str2 is PEA. I simply want my str1 will equal to str2 so that both are equal. To make equal, we just have to delete some character from str1 and we just have to insert some character in my str1 so that both are equal, right? But the task is I want minimum number of deletion and minimum number of insertion so that both are equal. That's my question, right? Now let's see how we can solve this problem. Okay, so let's take the first example. The first example will be str1 will be your HEAP, right? And str2 will be PEA, right? That's other two strings which is given to us. I simply want str1 will become PEA, right? That's what I want, right? That's my output. That's what I want, right? But to make that particular thing, we just have to delete some character from str1 at the same time. There may be we just have to insert some character in str1, but we just have to take care of that. Both ka count, both ka sum will be minimum, right? That's what I want. Now see, to solve this problem, there is a prerequisite, right? To solve this problem, we just have to take care of that question, which is longest common subsequence, right? LCS. So if you don't aware of that particular part, longest common subsequence, so I just request you all first please do that particular part. After that, that particular question is very easy. Believe me, it's very easy. We just have to learn this LCS part. After that, it will be very easy, right? Okay. Now let's see how we can solve this problem. So see, LCS is simply which is longest common subsequence. We have two strings. I simply want the length of longest common subsequence. So if I calculate the LCS part, I can get this EA and EA. They both are the two characters which give me the longest part, right? How much count we have? So count of common character, or we can say that, let me write the common count, that will be 2, right? Okay, now these PEA will be the common, right? Now I know that PEA will be here. Now tell me how much deletion we have to make. I simply want to delete this part, okay, H part and P part. If I delete these both now, so how many deletions we have to make? So how much size we have? 4 minus the common part is 2. Rest we have to delete. It means 2 are the character which we have to delete. Now insertion part. In insertion part, we have 3 characters, right? Okay. Now I simply want P will be adding in front of it, right? A will be here, which is common, right? I delete this both characters. Now I simply add P, which is here, right? Now I just have to count how many characters left after my deletion of N2, whatever the size we have, minus common part, which will be 1, right? At the end, we just have to return del plus insertion part, right? That's what my answer is, right? So yeah, if you know the LCS now, it's very easy, right? Now let's talk about a little bit of LCS part, how we can calculate the LCS. Okay, now see here, if my two strings will be this. So first string will be your HEAP, right? And str2 will be PEA, right? Okay, now what I'm doing is I simply make sure how much size first we have 4, how much size we have second, that is 3. So what I'm doing is in LCS part, either the two characters I simply check from the last, either two characters are match, either it's not match, right? So if it's match, what I'm doing is, so the first case will be it's matching, right? Here I'm write the matching part. So if it's match now, what I'm doing is I simply add 1 because that particular give me the one string which is common between both, right? And at the same time I simply make, so for example this is n1, this is n2, right? So I just write in terms of n1 n2. Now if these characters are matched, what I'm doing is I simply go one step back, right? and I simply go one step back in that part as well, right? That's what we have to do. In the case 2, when they're not match, but I want the maximum, right? Longest common subsequence. In that case, not match, right? Not match. In that case, we just have to make max of, we are not adding anything, right? Here we are adding 1, here we are not adding anything because it's not match, right? So in that case, we just have to take the max. Either n1 is same and n2 will be one step back, and in that case n1 will be one step back, n2 will be same, like that. We just have to take max of both. Whatever we have, that's my answer, right? So in this case, my answer will be given to us, right? That's the two things which you have to take care of it, right? Now what's the base case in that case? Now tell me, I just want to compare both the strings. If any of the strings is out of bound, or we can say that it will be 0 because we are just decrement the sign, right? So if I tell n1 equal to 0, now tell me, is if n2 will be there, can we compare? No, because n2 said my string is finished, right? Or vice versa. If n2 will be finished, n1 may be there. In that case, that's my base case. We just have to return 0 in that. So this is the base case. This is the first case, case number 1, and this is your case number 2, right? We just have to take care of that. In this case, we can easily calculate the LCS. If we calculate the LCS, we just have to make sure deletion will be n1 minus LCS and insertion will be n2 minus LCS. We just have to return the sum of both, deletion plus insertion, right? Okay, I hope you understand now. Let's do the code now. Okay, now what I'm doing is I simply make LCS, and here again I make the function name LCS, right? So we just have to pass the two strings, which is str1, str2. Okay, after that we just have to finish this LCS function, right? Let's finish that first. Okay, now in this case, as I said you, the first case will be, okay, we just have to pass the size as well. So let's make here n1 will be str1 dot length, and my n2 will be str2 dot length, right? Like this. Okay, let's pass this as well here. So n1 and n2 I am passing here, right? Okay, now here the condition will be when n1 0 or n2 0, we just have to return 0 in that case, right? That's the condition of it. Now two cases, right? The first case will be if str1 of n1 minus 1 equals to str2 of n2 minus 1. If both are equal, right, we just have to return 1 plus LCS of str1 str2. We just have to decrement the length of it. Let's pass n1 here and n2 here, right? Okay, now here my n1 will be minus 1, n2 will be minus 1, like this, right? And in the else case, what we have to return, max of LCS of str1 will be same, str2 here, n1 will be same. Let's decrement n2 now, n2 minus 1, or LCS of str1 str2 n1. Now it's time for n1 to decrement, n2 will be the same, like this. So in that case, we can easily find my LCS, right? Okay, now let's first make the deletion part. Deletion will be whatever the size of n1 minus whatever the LCS you got, right? And the insertion part will be n2 minus LCS, right? Okay, and at the end we just have to add deletion plus insertion. That's my answer, right? Let's check it's working fine or not. Okay, the compilation is good. Let's submit and check. So I hope it will give me TLE. If TLE is there, my recursion code is good, right? Okay, yeah, the recursive code is good. Now we just have to make sure my part will be in terms of my DP, right? So let's optimize this. What I'm doing is, let's make memo array. So whatever the size of your string 1 and string 2 will be in the constraint 10 raised to power 3. Let's make 10 raised to power 3 plus 1, 10 raised to power 3 plus 1, like this. And after that we just make the memset and pass here like this, right? Okay, and after that we just have to pass memo array here, right? Okay, the same step we have to follow here. 10 raised to power 1, 10 raised to power plus 1, like this, right? Now we just have to add one thing, right? If that particular value of n1 and n2 not equal to minus 1, in that case we are already fine. Please return from that. Do not go into the bottom of it, right? Let's save the time, right? Okay, after that we just have to make sure whatever we are returning now, that will be stored somewhere, so that in future if we need, we just have to take it from our database, right? Like this, right? So in terms of return n1 n2, let's first store somewhere, after that return it, right? And here in the function we just have to pass memo here, right? And here also we just have to pass the memo array, because we add one parameter in my function, right? Like this, right? So hope it's good. Let's check it's working or not now. Yeah, the compilation is good, right? Okay, let's check for the submission now. Yeah, it's correct. Submission is also giving the correct output, right? So hope you understand. Let's talk about its time complexity and extra space, right? So in that case, okay, now in this case, let's talk about time. The time complexity of your LCS function will be order of n1 into n2, right? After that we are doing nothing, right? We just have to take care of deletion and insertion variable, and after that we just have to return, right? So whatever the time complexity of your LCS function now, same complexity will be of it, right? And space is also the same, because we are using the memo array of it, right? That's why order of n1 into n2 will be the space of it, right? Like this, right? So hope you understand this solution and intuition. Thank you so much.